don't ever come between a man and his meal. I never forgot that either. Most niggas would have to run the streets for years to learn a lesson that profound. It took me 2 seconds. Never get between somebody and their paper. Taking a man's livelihood away from him is akin.
Straight up bombshells on this Shannon Sharpe situation. And it's crazier than anyone thought. So remember how Shannon just got hit with a major lawsuit? This Jane Doe, real name Gabrielle Zuniga, is accusing him of some serious stuff, claiming he allegedly assaulted her more than once. But here's the twist. Dave Chappelle says it's all a setup. Yup, allegedly she's got some powerful backers pulling strings behind the scenes, trying to shut down Club Shay Shay for good. Now here's what most folks don't realize. Shannon's podcast? It's been ruffling some serious feathers. He's called out big names, and not everybody's been happy about it. According to Dave, this ain't just about some lawsuit. It's about silencing him before he exposes even more secrets. Real messy, because word on the street is Shannon's been playing a dirty game too. Allegedly, Shannon's been out here blackmailing celebs, gathering dirt while recording episodes, then holding it over their heads. That's what's floating around, and folks say his luck might have finally run out. But Dave's ready to spill all that tea, and he's not holding back. What makes this wilder? Dave Chappelle might crack jokes, but he don't lie. When Club Shay Shay started heating up, Dave warned Shannon to move careful.
And thirdly, you call yourself coming at me, right? You want to be aggressive with me, right? Listen, you showed poise, respect, wherewithal, resolve, compassion, reverence for Skip Bayless. Why are you so aggressive anytime somebody black say something? The man said, put your glasses on, and you put your glasses back on. Don't play with me. Put your glasses back on, Shannon.
Hosting interviews is one thing, but when you start making celebs feel targeted, that's when things get dangerous. And let's not forget, these celebs, they don't like being put on blast, especially by another celebrity. Remember when Cat Williams went viral for that wild interview on Shannon's show? That was the moment everything changed. Dave even spoke on it, saying, "This part of the game ain't it. He attacked the ninjas, but didn't say nothing about these white boys. None of them move like that. Cat's one of the best in the game, so why paint him like a villain? Hurt people, but I'm someone who's hurt, and I don't hurt others. He always does." Now it's all blowing up. Who's really behind this setup? And is Shannon the victim or the one pulling strings? Cat Williams didn't just throw shade. He torched Shannon Sharpe and accused him of something deep, trying to mess up the bags of his fellow black comedians. He even said, "If I told my story, it would break your heart. I lost everything and never told on anybody. And now he's out here acting like he's the truth police." Man, that hit heavy. Cat kept it raw, asking, what part of the game is tearing down another man's hustle? Part of the game is snitching on your own. And honestly, you could feel the pain in his voice. He wasn't just talking, he was exposing the code being broken. And it ain't hard to see why emotions were running high. Celebs started getting heated with Shannon. It's one thing when random people online spread rumors, but when a celeb goes on another celeb's podcast and spills tea, that's a whole different level. Like, where's the respect? Where's the loyalty? And yo, we all remember that legendary Cat Williams interview on Club Shay Shay. It shook the whole industry. That moment didn't just go viral, it exploded. Over 80 million views and counting, making it the most watched podcast interview on the platform. It set the tone for 2024 and triggered a wave of wild exposés across the entertainment world. But not everyone was feeling it. That interview rubbed a lot of famous folks the wrong way. For real. Some of them thought Cat was moving with bitter energy, especially since his career had been kind of rocky the past few years. People said he sounded jealous, like he was taking shots because he wasn't getting the same spotlight anymore. And who was the first target on his hit list? Cedric the Entertainer. Kat dragged him, accusing Cedric of stealing jokes from other comedians. Then he turned up even more, calling Cedric a fraud, saying he didn't even write his own material and just leaned on other people or straight up jacked their punchlines. It's no surprise Cedric the Entertainer wasn't feeling Cat Williams trying to put him on blast like that. Cedric hit back hard on Instagram, calling Cat out for pushing revisionist history. He made it real clear that one joke, no matter how loud Cat screamed, ain't about to define his whole career. Cedric clapped back saying, "Regardless of whatever Cat thinks, my career can't be reduced to one joke he claims is his. I've done over 40 movies, dropped stand-up specials that speak for themselves. I even put people on, Cat included, like at the Gibson Amphitheater. And all that tough talk, it's corny. I'm a grown man. This ain't going how you think. Do you? I got mine handled over here." Boom, that was a shot right back, but it didn't stop there. Kevin Hart wasn't about to sit quiet either. He jumped into the mess and went straight at Cat on social media. Straight up called him a clown and said he belongs in a circus. And to be fair, it's not like Kevin was just swinging out of nowhere. Cat had already shaded him heavy in public. Cat went off accusing Kevin of being fake, said his successful image is just a front, all smoke and mirrors. According to Cat, Kevin's been pushing a carefully polished version of himself that doesn't match up with the real story behind the scenes. He claimed Hollywood propped Kevin up while pushing others, like himself, out. But here's the thing. Cat going after Kevin wasn't random. These two got long-standing beef. The tension's been bubbling for years. Cat's always said he got blackballed because he refused to play Hollywood's game and told the truth, loud and raw. But Kevin, he wasn't buying it. Kevin pulled up on the Breakfast Club and didn't hold back. He basically said Cat didn't get iced out for being too real. He got blacklisted because of his own behavior and the way he carried himself behind the scenes. Hard to work with. Too much drama. That's the real reason, according to Kev. So when Cat Williams went off on Club Shay Shay, folks saw it as payback. A clapback aimed at Kevin Hart for everything he had said about him in the past.
Well, Club Shay Shay is getting messier and messier. It's almost like Wendy Williams didn't go anywhere. She just got a wait set. And so Monique was on. Every time I see Monique these days, she's on doing some greasy ass video with her and her daddy complaining about something or working out. I don't know nobody that work out that much and gain weight unless every crunch you do has got Captain in front of it. But apparently she goes on Club Shay Shay and tells the story about how she came on my radio show and I wasn't there at the time. And my co-host Jasmine Sanders played a game that we played all the time with everybody called Would You Rather. She apparently was so offended by that.
But Kevin wasn't about to stay quiet either. He fired back again, doubling down and calling Cat a straight-up clown who belongs in a circus. The shots were flying. But here's where it got real messy. Shannon Sharpe and Cat started catching heat from all directions after that interview aired. People dragged them for weeks. Even rapper MASE jumped in and slammed things to a whole new level. Shannon was already skating on thin ice, and when Monique came through and started name-dropping Tyler Perry and Oprah, folks were like, oh, so this is what it is? It started to look like Shannon was targeting big-name black stars on purpose. Monique came in swinging just like Cat. No filters, no fear. She called out Oprah, Tyler Perry, and Kevin Hart. She had smoke for everybody. And the thing is, Monique's story already had folks talking for years. She claimed Oprah and Tyler blackballed her after she refused to do unpaid press for Precious. Monique kept it real. She said she did the work she was paid for, and when they asked her to go on a promo tour for free, she said, nah. That's when things allegedly went south. Fast. And in Hollywood, getting blackballed by two major powerhouses like Oprah and Tyler ain't just some little hiccup. That's career damage. People were terrified to be seen supporting Monique, like touching her career might burn their own. No one wanted to end up blacklisted by association. But according to Monique, one person pretended to be down for her, Kevin Hart. She said he came through talking like a real one, acting like he was riding for her while everything in her life was falling apart. Monique said Kevin gave her the impression that he was her ride or die, standing by her even though she was already labeled a problem in the industry. And she believed him, because he came off like he truly cared. But then, boom, he switched up. She claimed he ghosted her like she never even existed. And the worst part? He didn't even do it face to face. He had other people cut ties for him. Brr! But Monique wasn't done. She said she's got audio receipts of Kevin throwing her under the bus and begging Tyler Perry for favor. That's wild if true. So it's no shock that Shannon's podcast ain't exactly loved in Hollywood right now. Even D.L. Hewley came out swinging. He said Shannon's show is straight up messy and accused him of helping guests push lies and fake stories about other celebs. The backlash is real. But if you thought that was bad, the street's been buzzing with something way worse. Word is, Shannon's been allegedly blackmailing celebs using tea from the podcast. Yup. The talk is, he edits out the juiciest parts of interviews and then keeps it in his back pocket as leverage. Allegedly. And if that's true, that might explain why people are going all in to take him down. The timing of everything is way too perfect. That lawsuit? It dropped one day before Shannon was expected to sign a massive new deal for Club Shay Shay, rumored to be worth $100 million. Right after his contract with Colin Cowherd's Volume podcast network ended too. Like, come on. That timing is way too clean. Even Shannon's lawyer said the same thing. This looks planned. Someone out there clearly doesn't want to see him win. Shannon Sharpe was just about to land a monster deal, one that could have changed his life forever. And that's exactly when this lawsuit came flying in. According to his legal team, the timing wasn't just suspicious, it was strategic. They called it straight up blackmail, saying the whole situation gave Jane Doe maximum leverage right before he cashed in on a massive contract. The lawsuit from Jane Doe, it's heavy. She accused Shannon of manipulating and controlling her, claiming that between October 2024 and January 2025, he allegedly assaulted her repeatedly, even after she begged him to stop. The details are dark. She says Shannon completely ignored her cries and refused to take no for an answer, even while she sobbed and screamed. She also claimed she was just 19 when they started dating, while Shannon was a whole 54. Her words made it clear. To Shannon, age wasn't nothing but a number, and power wasn't nothing but a game. But it doesn't stop there. She also claimed that Shannon secretly recorded their intimate moments, sometimes without her knowledge, and said it was just for personal use. But then, she accused him of sharing those private clips with his friends, multiple times. That's where it starts getting real ugly. And then came the real twist. Her lawyer said Shannon's team offered her $10 million to walk away and not file the lawsuit. $10 million. That ain't hush money. That's desperation. And Shannon's own lawyer didn't deny it either. So now people are asking, was he hiding something major or just trying to protect his rep at all costs? Jane Doe, identified as Gabrielle Zuniga, hired Tony Busby, a legal heavyweight. And back in early February, Busby said his office reached out to Shannon's team to talk. According to him, we discussed a private meeting. Several calls happened. We entered mediation. Shannon had different lawyers at that point, and the process dragged on for over 6 weeks. In the end, Shannon supposedly made a huge offer to settle. On one hand, Shannon Sharpe's legal team is calling the whole lawsuit baseless. But on the other hand, they've admitted in writing that he offered Jane Doe a $10 million payout to keep her from filing it in the first place. That part is undeniably true. Jane Doe was offered that massive check, but she turned it down and said, "Let's go to court." Now, Shannon's camp is going full attack mode. They're not just trying to discredit her, they're allegedly doxing her too. And her lawyer, Tony Busby, said he saw it coming. He claimed Shannon's team has started targeting him too, trying to shake his focus and shut them both down. But he fired back, saying, "We're not backing off. These intimidation tactics won't work." Then things exploded. Shannon's side clapped back hard, leaking a string of explicit texts they claim Jane Doe sent to him in the past. And when we say wild, we mean wild. These messages were packed with graphic language and extreme fantasies that she allegedly texted to Shannon, including things like, I want you to put a dog collar around my neck and choke me while you're doing me. 25,000 for each cheek, but only if you put that baby gravy in me. I want to put my tongue in your a-hole and then marry you. That's my daddy. I want you to put a big black baby in me. Whew! That's a lot. But Shannon's team says this proves something big. They say the relationship was consensual and the messages are part of a larger picture. Their official statement called the lawsuit a blatant and cynical money grab. They say Gabriela Zuniga and her attorney Tony Busby are trying to shake down Shannon for millions. One of the biggest accusations? That Gabriela presented a secretly recorded video of what they claim was a consensual encounter. But now they say that clip was heavily edited and completely taken out of context to make it look like something it wasn't. Shannon Sharpe isn't backing down. His legal team says the now infamous tape, secretly recorded by Gabriela Zuniga, was specifically requested by her, and now it's being edited and twisted to make it look like something it wasn't. They claim she cut the footage in a way that completely erased the context, especially the tone of the messages leading up to it, all to make it seem like the encounter wasn't consensual. Shannon's side is drawing a hard line in the sand. They say he completely denies every claim of coercion or misconduct, especially the serious accusations of SA. In their words, this is nothing but an egregious blackmail attempt. They say Shannon's standing firm on the truth, and he's ready to fight this battle all the way in court. Sharpe's team says he's counting on due process to clear his name, and that once all the facts come out, he'll be vindicated. But Jane Doe's lawyer, Tony Busby, isn't letting that slide. He clapped back hard, claiming Shannon's team is trying to play the distraction game by releasing those explicit texts. According to Busby, those messages, they were all from before the alleged assault ever happened. He said, every single text Mr. Sharpe's team released today was dated prior to the brutal incident detailed in the lawsuit. These messages are just a diversion to shift public focus away from the real accusations. And he didn't stop there. Busby brought his own receipts. He released a chilling message that Jane Doe allegedly sent to Shannon later, saying, I cried when you left because I begged you to put protection on and not go in my behind, and you didn't listen. That one line flipped the whole conversation, because now both sides are claiming to have proof, but they're telling two totally different stories. With the media now locked onto every detail, and both legal teams dropping leaks like bombs, this case is turning into a full-blown war of receipts. I don't care what our history is. No means no, Shannon. That's what Jane Doe reportedly told him in a heartbreaking message. She said she didn't know how to even process what had happened. And what did Shannon do in response? He allegedly just asked if he could call her later, like nothing even happened. But Tony Busby wasn't done dropping bombs on Shay Shay just yet. He released a piece of audio that shook everybody. In the clip, Shannon could allegedly be heard threatening to choke her. And if that wasn't disturbing enough, another recording surfaced where he made creepy, unsettling comments about a big black guy choking a small white woman. That kind of talk, it's got people very uncomfortable. After dropping the clip, Busby released a statement saying, these recordings are not playful. They're disturbing, aggressive, and dangerous. He claimed the audio painted a clear picture of the environment Jane Doe was dealing with. So intense that she had to escape, leave the entire state of Nevada, and block all contact with Shannon. This whole thing, it's turned into a massive storm. And when you throw Dave Chappelle's claims into the mix, that this could be a targeted takedown by people trying to silence Shannon, it starts sounding even wilder. Especially knowing Shannon was about to lock in a $100 million deal. That kind of money and power, it could have made him a major threat to whoever didn't want their secrets out. And now, here we are. So what do you think? Is Shannon the victim of a setup? Or is the truth finally coming to light? Drop your thoughts in the comments, like the video, hit that subscribe button, and don't forget to turn on notifications so you don't miss a single update. This story's far from over. See y'all in the next one.